Today, I finally beat Minecraft in hardcore. When I think of people who play Minecraft, I think of speedrunners and Let's Players. But I feel like I fit somewhere in between both of those, because I'm not too much of a builder and I'm not that great at the game either, but I did my best and here's how it went. When I started out in the world, I almost skipped this one because it didn't look very promising at the beginning, but I ended up sticking with it and found a village relatively soon, got some hay to get some food, just did the normal stuff, killed the golem for some iron. Also looked around to see if they had a librarian there so I could steal some of the bookshelves, because I knew later on I really wanted to enchant, if not full enchant, at least like a level 20 enchant or something like that. Unfortunately, we didn't find any in this village, but we do end up finding some later, which was really nice. I got lucky enough to find a mountain which had a decent amount of exposed iron and coal, so I was set for the rest of the world on torches, a full set of iron, full iron tools. I feel like it's a really good, if you can find one, I feel like it's a really good way to get early game, like, resources. And to make it even better, I was right next to a Badlands, which has a lot of surface gold. And for me, I don't know how to do bastions, and I really wanted to get the ender pearls from piglin trading, so it was so nice to be next to a Badlands, because I ended up getting about 3 stacks of gold just from the caves nearby. Ended up deciding to get some string from a little bit of exposed cobwebs in the Badlands to get a bow. I was really nervous because I don't remember if Badlands spawners were cave spider spawners or regular spider spawners, and I didn't want to find out because cave spiders suck. After leaving the Badlands, I ended up finding a desert temple really close by, and I kept walking around it, lighting it up, because I've seen so many people lose their worlds or just die from like a creeper hiding out in one of the corridors. So I ended up lighting up the entire thing. And then once we went down, we didn't get too terribly much. We didn't get the greatest loot. I was able to get a couple regular golden apples, obviously the TNT, and other than that, nothing really noteworthy. I was really hoping for a god apple, but no luck. After leaving the temple, I did find a desert village, and it had a librarian in it. And I guess I really haven't been to a lot of desert villages. Is this normal? Is 9 bookshelves in a librarian's house normal? I feel like normally it's like 7 or 8. But regardless, it was an awesome find, because now I only have to get kill a couple cows and get a little bit of sugarcane versus getting like 45 books. Now that we got both the gold and the iron out of the way, I thought it was time to finally go down into the caves and get some diamonds. And I'm not gonna lie, I had the worst luck when it came to finding a decent amount of diamonds. Like, I found 1 or 2 veins with 1 or 2 here and there, but overall it was rough. I found a big ass cave after a while, and I don't know if I'm just unlucky or what, but 2 witches were in the cave, and I don't know the last time I actually saw witches in a cave. Maybe it was because it was such a big cave, but it was terrifying. Luckily, a skeleton dropped me his bow, which had enough durability on it for me to deal with the witches. And to be honest, I just ignored the second one. I don't want to risk it. And after dealing with all the enemies, my diamond luck did not get much better, so I gave up on caving and just ended up strip mining for the rest of them. After strip mining for a little while, I did come across another cave and found some more, but nothing too exciting happened throughout the whole endeavor. But at the end, I did get enough diamonds for a full suit of armor, full tools, and an enchanter, minus the spear, because I've never experimented with the spear. I don't know if it would help me during the end fight, so I just Before leaving the cave, I got all the obsidian I would need just in case I needed it. I got an absurdly overkill amount of obsidian, not gonna lie. I think I ended the cave with like 30 something. After the mining was done, I made a portal and took the time to start smelting all the gold that I got and started to head into the Nether. I got a pretty decent spawn, which was really nice. When I finally went into the Nether, I just mined quartz until I got to around level 36 so I could start leveling all my equipment. I did get protection 4 on my chest plate and protection 3 on my helmet and sharpness 4 on my sword during the first round. But that's kind of where my luck ran out for enchanting. It took a lot longer for me to get what I wanted on my boots, because I for sure wanted to get feather falling 3 or 4 just in case the dragon knocked me up and I failed a water bucket clutch, which I am terrible at. After I got all that situated, I started the long process of piglin trading. I was only able to get 1 piglin in 2 holes that I made. So it took a ridiculously long amount of time. But out of it, I was able to get 15 ender pearls and 5 fire res potions, which I was so happy I got so many fire res potions because blazes terrify me. Then when I stepped back into the overworld, there was a ridiculous amount of villagers. It just showed up randomly. So I took care of them. And then I was able to enchant the rest of my armor. I ended up getting protection 2 on my pants. And after making an anvil, I got protection 4 and feather falling 3 on my boots. Once that was all done and taken care of, we went to go find a fortress. I ended up killing 34 blazes and only got 12 blaze rods from them. I have no idea if that's like average or not, but I feel like it's really low. After using up about 3 pearls, I ended up finding the stronghold. It was ocean exposed, which was really awesome. And in the portal itself, there was already 1 eye, so I had just enough to get into the end without having to go find some more ender pearls, which was I was so thankful because I did not want to go hunt enderman for 1 more pearl or go search the stronghold for 1 chest with 1 ender pearl in it. And I will say I've killed the dragon in survival mode maybe 7 times total over like the decade of me playing Minecraft, and I am pretty bad at the fight, and especially because I was on hardcore, I was a lot more nervous about accidentally looking at an enderman, but there's not really much more to say about it, so I'll just let the final battle play out. And with that, I finally beat Minecraft in hardcore with a final in-game time of 3 hours and 52 minutes, which if we were put me on the speedrunning.com leaderboard, that would put me at 6,028. And for me, I'd chalk that up to a win. I'm really happy with how it turned out. I feel like I got really lucky with a lot of stuff, with the mountain range with a bunch of iron on it, to the Badlands for the gold. I think it turned out really well in my favor. And if you stuck around to the end, I wanted to say thank you for watching, and thanks to all the people who have subscribed to me recently. But I really appreciate it, and I'll see you next time.